What up? Today I want to show you my new custom Fujifilm X100S film simulation. Exciting, is it not? And I'm going to be using this as my daily, everyday carry look with this camera moving forward. Now, unlike the X100S or VI or whatever the f you want to call it, there isn't a plethora, great word by the way, plethora, there isn't a plethora of options when it comes to the film simulations on the X100S. But fortunately, I am a man of the people, and I'm going to share some hacks that'll help take your X100S photos to the next level straight out of camera, and even make them look more like film. Ho ho ho, just call me Banter Claus because I'm about to unload my sack full of tips. You're welcome. If you are in possession of eyeballs, you might be looking at this and thinking, Rob mate, why are you sat on the ground? A fair question. So long story short, I'm in the middle of renovating the office and this is the only space in the room that isn't a total shit tip. I wonder if I could drink my cup of tea down here. I think that's a no. I accidentally waterboarded myself a tea, so I'm moving to a standing position for my own safety. However, we are not here to discuss my ongoing mental breakdown. No, we are here to discuss the new Fujifilm X100S custom film simulation that I have put onto this camera that you may be interested in using yourself. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I do wish that there were more options on the Fuji X100S to dial in film simulation settings, but what you've got to remember is that this is like a 12-year-old camera that predates obviously TikTok and all that sort of stuff. When we think of film simulations now, we think of like the Fuji X100V, and they just basically have Lightroom in the camera at this point. Whereas back when the Fuji X100S was made, Fuji didn't give a shit about Instagram. And I think TikTok was just the name of a crocodile in a Disney movie and possibly a Kesha song. I'd have to fact check that one. I don't know which one came first. Possibly the Kesha song. But I think in that same simplicity is where the Fuji X100S appeals to me. For me, it's kind of all about stripping away those bells and whistles and just taking photos. And with that in mind, let's talk through this new film simulation that I'm going to be using moving forward for like everyday stuff. So I'm going to throw the settings up on screen now, so feel free to screenshot this if you want to dial them in yourself. And I'm going to talk through why I've done what I've done with the settings. So this film simulation is based off the black and white film simulation on the camera. If you're familiar with the channel at all, you will know that I love shooting black and white. My daily carry cameras are usually shooting in black and white or are loaded with black and white film, just because I like to not have to think about color when I'm just snapping a photo. So I've set it up with a black and white film simulation, and I've also added the green filter this time. Now the purpose for this is that when you take photos and there's foliage in it or grass or whatever, it will make that part of the photo really pop, and it's also good for skin tones as well. Now straight off the rip, I'm pretty happy with how these look like straight out of camera, but we can take this further. Let's get to the juicy stuff. There are a couple things that I do when I'm taking photos with this camera to sort of take the look that I want to achieve that little bit further. Now one of these things that I like to do is to use the flash wherever possible, and this is the same approach I have when I'm shooting film, and that is that I will use the flash pretty much all the time. Sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it's just a taste thing. But when I think about the film look and what I like about it, I often associate the film look with direct flash, because that's how I remember it from when I was a kid. Those disposable cameras, you'd be banging off the flash, and it just has that direct flash feeling to it. And for trying to capture that old school vintage look, I would recommend just letting the flash rip. Now, if you are going to be using the flash during like daytime or whatever, then it is going to force you to use a more stop down aperture. And this is a good thing if you're trying to achieve that film look, because when you see film photos, they're usually shot at apertures with a deeper depth of field, because when you're shooting film like outside in the sunlight, it'd be pretty rare for you to be using like an f1.2 aperture like you would on digital. So by using these f-stops with deeper depths of field, it adds again to that film look. Now speaking of the film look, the pièce de la résistance, I don't know if that means what I think it means. The creme de la creme, the secret sauce to getting the filmy look with the Fuji X100S is you need to crank the ISO. Do not be afraid of the high ISO. Send it right up there, my friends. Have a sick time. Literally, Strap a rocket to your ISO and send it to the bastard moon. Not all camera noise is created equally in these digital cameras. Some sensors look like total arse. Absolutely rancid when they get even a little bit of grain in them. But the Fuji X100S has a beautifully grainy look when the ISO gets really high up. There's something about this sensor. It just looks great, and don't be scared to just throw it all the way up there and add some of that texture and that dirty grittiness into your photos, because the X100S film simulations, unlike the Fuji X100 like 5 and 6 or whatever, you can't add grain as an option in the X100S, obviously, because back when Fuji made the X100S, little weirdos like me and you weren't obsessed with making our photos grainy. They wanted really nice clean photos, whereas now everyone wants these grainy photos, and myself included. I'm part of the problem. So you essentially have to just create your own grain, but with this film look in black and white, it just brings that extra little layer. One of the things you can do to make them a bit grainier and dirtier is purposely underexpose them and then pull that exposure up before you post. Stuff like that. Just essentially what I'm saying to you is forget all the normal photography rules and just get creative with it. Just play around and you will find something that feels more like what you're looking for. Sometimes you just have to go outside of the usual box. And that is me. Thank you for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this visit to my extremely tidy office. I debated spinning the camera around to show you, but you don't need to see it. You really don't need to see the state this room is in right now. I will be continuing to decorate said room though. And hopefully in the next video we'll be a little bit closer to being done, but it's going to look sick when it's done. We're going to have a bunch of different angles to work with. This wall is going to be like dark and everything. And I prefer shooting into like a dark background. So I don't know why I kept the walls in the office white for so long. Seems like a weird thing to do. If you celebrate Christmas, or if you just like getting free shit like I do, I just like being given presents, have a great Christmas. I might see you before, I might not. It's going to depend really on what happens to my mountain of editing that I need to get through. If I can get through more, then I'm going to make some more videos before Christmas, but if not, then they'll be coming out like just after Christmas. There'll be something in between the gap, I imagine, of Christmas and New Year, at the very least. Anyway, I'm going to get a crick in my neck, so I'm going to do one now and get on with my editing. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you are well. I hope your dog is well. Please provide a scratch behind the ears for your dog from me, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Peace. Woo.